my name is Nawanyaga Gloria. I am an HIV advocate, a young person born and living with HIV. I am the founder of the Y Plus Music Band and the Young and Youth Apostles Foundation and a human rights lawyer. In my country, Uganda, we have very many challenges that are affecting young girls and women and also young people as well in general. And first of all, especially in this COVID period, where we got the lockdown, very many young people, especially people living with HIV, could not access medication. And this affected them that they had to miss on their treatment because the roads were closed. We had curfew, there were roadblocks everywhere, and you could not easily access the medication, which was a problem that many young people, when they missed out on their ARVs, their viral loads went high. Some of them totally stopped taking medication, which affected their immunities, that their immunities went low and their viral load went high, and they went back to sickening, and it was really challenging that it's affecting our global cause of ending AIDS by 2030, because you cannot tell me you're going to end AIDS by 2030 when people are not adhering to medication, and when the policies that are in a country and the directives are not favoring people to get their treatment. Number two, very many young people could not access sexual reproductive health and rights services, and this includes the reproductive health services, which is accessing family planning, accessing condoms, which affected most young people, especially our adolescent girls and young women, to get pregnant because they could not freely go and access these services to protect themselves from pregnancy. In my country right now, many young people are at home, and we are still on a school shut, that most young people are not going to school, and you find that young girls are outside them. They are in their communities, they're in their homes doing a lot of nothing. And these young men also are doing a lot of nothing. And you know what they say? An idle mind is a devil's workshop. So they end up engaging themselves in different, bad sexual behaviors, ending up getting pregnant for the young girls, and STIs, which is really, really bad and worrying and sad that it's affecting these young people. First of all, their bodies. Many young people are not ready, especially adolescents, are not ready to carry a baby. So imagine a young adolescent having a baby, and they're also babies. It has really, really been so sad that their bodies are affected, their mindset is affected, their economic status is affected, because even them, they cannot take care of themselves. So how are they going to take care of the babies that they have in their stomachs? So we found that there was a lot of high rise in teenage pregnancy, a lot of rise in HIV, because you understand, when someone gets pregnant, of course, they didn't use protection. So that means there is a high chance for that person to be HIV positive or to have contracted the HIV virus. So you find that when teenage pregnancies were at a rise, also the HIV infection was on a rise, and also STIs. Today we are here at the International Conference on STIs and HIV in Africa, but you find that these young people are affected so much with the STIs because they cannot access sexual reproductive health and rights services. They're not easily accessible to everyone in not only my country, Uganda, but also Africa-wise, because this is a global challenge. This is a global challenge. Many young girls in Africa are getting pregnant. Many young girls in Africa are getting STIs because there is no easy access to SRHR. Number three, mental health issues. Very many young people are mentally sick. Why? Some of them lost their jobs. Some of them are not economically well. Some of them are still wondering what is next, because some of them are fresh graduates, some of them are not at school. Like in my country, young people have not yet gone back to school. They're not in school. They're not sure if they're going to go back to school because of the economy. Many of them are not working. Some of their parents lost jobs. Their guardians lost jobs. So they be there stressed, anxious, worried, which is really affecting their development and our country development, especially when it comes to production of young people in our country. Creates a favorable environment where a young girl can go to a health facility and a health clinic and access medication, access SRHR services without being shamed, without being blamed, without being judged, because these services are meant for these young people. Number three, our government, I pledge you to create laws that are favorable in my country. We have the HIV Control and Prevention Act. In this HIV Control and Prevention Act, there is an act that actually criminalizes people living with HIV, that if someone infects someone who he is well aware that this person is positive and they're not aware, it's a crime. That's if a person who is HIV positive infects another person who is negative, it is a crime. Whereby you find that there is a challenge that even most people don't know that they're positive. So imagine a scenario where someone has infected another person without knowing, and it's, you know, out of ignorance, out of, you know, not knowing. So you find that these laws are not favorable, and these laws are actually pushing more people to go on and, you know, infect people, even if, because they know even if I don't infect, I'll be still, you know, be accountable or be held liable. So I request my government to please try to do policies that are favorable, try to do policies that don't criminalize people living with HIV, and also to promote stability in my country. Thank you.